Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for tuning in. This is the channel where I review anything and everything. If I need it, I'll buy it, I'll use it, and I will review it. And today we will be taking a look at this chest expander. Some people would also call it arm twister. This one will be a full review and also a long-term review. I had this device now for quite a while. As you can see, I already have some scratches on it. This one though, I do not know the brand name of it because I got this one as a gift. Man, I would say 20 years ago, 25 years ago, right? Somebody at college, a buddy at college of mine, was going in Walmart and he saw this one and he thought, I'm gonna give my buddy J8T this thing as a gift for his birthday. So here it is. I've been using this one consistently at that time, but then I stopped using it for a while, quite a while, and I will tell you that in a moment why I did that. But this one right here is still feels and it still seems to have the strength that it has when I first got it. This one, of course, is a spring device or spring design, right, to give you a resistance. This one has three difficulty. This one right now is set up to supposed to be the highest difficulty. It has this button right here on this side, and it also has that same buttons at the other side, and you press both of them together and you pull out, right? So this one right here is the hardest, supposedly the heaviest. I am not sure though the equivalent when it comes to weight capacity of this one, but I'm telling you guys, it does work. Amazon has plenty of these products from different companies. They all have their own claims, better than the other, they said. But this idea right here has been around for quite some time. I pulled this out because last week I went to camp and I wanted to get some exercises while I'm there other than the body weight workout. So I also tested this one along with the hydraulic one, and I will be making a comparison of that soon. So stay tuned on the channel. Don't forget to like this video or share it with somebody that you think might benefit from the information. The height, when it is set to the hardest or heaviest setting, it is 26 inches, right? And when you expand it, which would be right here, which would be to the supposedly the easiest setting right here, measures at 33 inches, and then the diameter here is about close to 2 inches right there. So let's just say it's 2 inches. As I mentioned earlier, there are three settings here. This is the first one right here. Supposedly this is the lightest one, and then of course I said earlier that there's two buttons. You press them together and then you push it in, right? The next slot right there, here we go, the next slot right there, supposedly the medium strength, right? That's the next one to the lightest, and then of course you have the supposedly heaviest one. Again, I do not know the weight capacity or equivalent of this one. It's certainly not going to replace your dumbbells or your barbells, but it will work for you when it comes to when you're going on a trip, right? I normally would bring my resistance bands also, but I decided this time when I went on a trip camp, I brought this one and the hydraulic one, and I just kind of made a comparison to see which one is best and which one would work for you. So this one, when it comes to the lightest one, it kind of takes a while for you to get used to it, right? There are several workouts that it does, right? And of course the primarily one is the chest. It targets the chest. It also targets the forearms, right? Targets your forearms, and it targets the shoulders and the back, depending on how you angle this thing, either closer to your body, in front of you, kind of diagonally or straight out. And of course you can put it above your head, you can put it, there's plenty of tricks that you can do with this one. This even targets the biceps right there. And perhaps I'll show some of the workouts that I use with this one, when I'm at the hotel or at the campsite right there. So now the uses I have for this one is basically just to get my blood flow going, right? I use it, maybe I would do 12 to 25 reps, 3 4 maybe 5 sets of it together, right? Just kind of get me going, get my muscle loose in the morning. And as I mentioned earlier, I stopped using this one because I was beginning to notice that my forearm right here, it's always on the right side, right? I would feel pain, and it's not one of those, you burn the muscle pain. It feels like one of those injury kind of pain. Perhaps you have used this device right here and you may have a different experience than me. It is possible. I am thinking the reason why it hurts my forearms or my arms right here is probably because my hands is too short, right? But it only happens at the shortest setting or the heaviest setting that I would begin to feel that injury kind of pain, right? But when it comes to using it on the medium or at the lightest, right, it doesn't give me that pain. But then, once you work this out, then you need more pressure. And for me, I have to go back into here to get that muscle stimulus so that I can, you know, get some more blood going. All right, so the normal exercises for this device is basically you just put it whatever is comfortable distance for you, right? And you can either face it this way, just straight up like that, or you can face it that way, right? You may need to shift your hands right here depending on whatever feels comfortable to your grip, right? And of course, you can reverse your grip completely and face it down. So each of these exercises targets the chest primarily, but because you're angling it, right, on a different angle each time, different direction each time, it also targets the forearm, the bicep, and of course the shoulders, right? And sometime also I would just put it in that direction. I'll just lift it above my head, right? Just above my head. And I'll just basically do the same thing that I'm doing when it is in front of me, right? That direction, this direction, or that direction, but it is above my head in front of me. And then I would switch it to where it is behind my head, right? When I'm doing that, it targets the shoulders a little bit better. So to target the bicep, right, I have short hands, so I have to use the highest or the most difficult, supposedly the most difficult setting here, right? So basically I'll just put it just in between my chest here, just above the stomach area. But you can put it in your stomach area too and lower. Sometimes I would put it on my thigh, right? Just depending on the angle and what is comfortable for you, right? So I would hold the other end here, press it like that, right? And then the other end, I would hold it, and then I'll just do the bicep curls, right? 1, 2, and do as many sets as you planned, as you want, and of course reverse, right? Just like so. Okay. And you can do, as I mentioned earlier, you can do a bunch of tricks with this thing that targets different kinds of muscle. Again, it does not replace your dumbbells or your barbells, right? It doesn't, replace your weights, but this is ideal when you're going on a trip. Years ago, I used to always walk, right, from my home to, or from the apartment to work. And at nighttime coming back, I would bring this to work with me. And on coming home, it was like a 30-minute walk. And I'll just, as I'm walking, I'm just doing exercises, right? And also sometimes I take it to work, and during my break time, I just decide I'm gonna do some exercises on my break time. Or sometimes also when I'm scheduled for grave shift, I just bring this with me to get some blood flow going into my body so that I don't, fall asleep. So this really is ideal for, stuff like that. So I'm hoping that this video is a help to you guys. Let me know once again, comment down below, ask any questions that you have, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching and for tuning in. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I will see all of you on the next one.